Good afternoon. My name is Allison DeWonker, and I'm currently an undergraduate student here at the University of Guelph. I would like to welcome you to the College of Social and Applied Human Sciences Convocation ceremony this afternoon. The University of Guelph is honored by our graduates, and we take great pride in this convocation. I'd like to tell you a little about the proceedings today. The ceremonials used for conferring degrees have evolved over a millennium, and the gowns and hoods represent that history. In general, the gowns for the baccalaureate and the magisteriate degrees are black, and the color of the hood is different for each degree program. The doctorates at the University of Guelph have a bright blue gown, and the honorary degrees are an even brighter color. The University of Guelph crest that you can see on the curtains behind me and shown on the cover of your convocation program also represents our specific history. The emblems in the crest show links to the royal city of Guelph through the white stallion above, the connection to liberal arts through the book, and to the sciences through the astrolabe, and also our connection to abundance and agriculture through the cornucopia. The University of Guelph motto, Rerum cognoscere causis, is a quote from Virgil. It is variously translated to be either, happy is the one who is able to ascertain the reason of things, or perhaps to know the meaning of things. The procession of people into the hall is also influenced by ancient tradition. The piper will herald the start of the procession of graduands, the students who are coming to graduate today. This will be followed by the arrival of the mace leading the platform party. The mace is a symbol of authority of the university and will be carried by the beadle. In medieval universities, a beadle was chosen by the instructor to work as an assistant. Today, the beadle is the ceremonial officer of Senate. Following the beadle and mace is the chancellor, members of the administration and the honorees, fellows of the university, members of the board and senate, and members of faculty and staff. The degrees will then be conferred in the order that you see in your program. The degrees are separated by categories representing the specific degree being awarded within the college. We will begin with doctorates and magisteriates, followed by the baccalaureate degrees. The name reader will announce the degree being awarded at the start of each category. As the name of each student is called, the beadle will place the hood over the recipient's shoulders. This moment will be recorded on video, and technology willing, there will be a simultaneous live cast of this event to allow family members and friends to watch from a distance. The chancellor will then confer the degree. We understand the joy and excitement accompanying such an auspicious occasion, but we ask that you hold your applause until after each group of graduands has crossed the stage. There will be an opportunity for a truly thunderous applause after each group has graduated. Once all the degrees are conferred and cheered for, the chancellor will close the ceremony and a recessional will play. Please remain standing during the recessional until all the platform party has processed out of the hall. I would like to also mention that today we are introducing a new feature to Convocation. Our colleagues from Alumni Affairs and Development are hosting a new social media program. So share your photos, memories, and advice with graduating students by joining us on social media and using the hashtag #GuelphGrad. Finally, may I be the first person to congratulate the graduands on their various successes and offer my congratulations to the family and friends who are here to support them. Welcome to Convocation at the University of Guelph.
our home and native land. True patriot love in all our sons command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land, glorious and free. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
I would like to acknowledge the Attawandaron people on whose traditional territory the University of Guelph resides, and offer respect to our Haudenosaunee, Anishinaabe, and Métis neighbors as we strengthen our relationships with them. Some people think that if there's no higher power to the universe, as some of you, including me, have concluded, there can be no real significance to an event like this, much less spiritual significance. I disagree. If you are the parent or friend of one of these graduates, you know today is significant. Some of you may be so surprised and even shocked that your son, daughter, and friend have made it to this day that you now believe in miracles, if not God. You are proud of what they have achieved. As they face the challenge of finding the right context to apply their education, may you continue your support, always mindful that to be loving, caring, and encouraging is at the heart of providing the spiritual support that we all need in life. If you are one of the faculty members who taught, cajoled, encouraged, and mentored these graduates to reach this milestone, you too know that this day is significant. May you have a deep sense that it was worth it all, that this is what their years of education were for, and that this is what your long years of education were for. And may you have renewed energy to do the same with the next class of undergrads. And for the students before me who are graduating, may you be thankful, determined, and good. Thankful for your parents, your profs, and the life force that brought you into existence. Determined to make this world a better place. And good, both in your field and in your character. If spirituality is about values more than beliefs, you have been encouraged at the University of Guelph to embrace life-enhancing values like caring and compassion. Whether you believe in a higher being, an impersonal life force, or simply in life, love, and goodness in our universe, may this be one of the most significant days of your life as you become more equipped than ever in whatever field you go into to change lives and improve life. Amen, which means so be it. You may be seated.
Are you? Good. Good. All set. Good. Members of the board, honorary fellows, and faculty of the university, families and friends of the graduands, and last but certainly not least, graduands. Well, welcome to the celebration of Convocation at the University of Guelph. My name is Franco Vaccarino. I have the honor of serving as the president and vice chancellor of this great university, and I'm absolutely privileged to welcome you all to Convocation today. Now, as we begin today's Convocation ceremony, I do believe that a few congratulatory remarks are in order. First off, graduates, this is your big day. You've worked hard, you've persevered, you've done all sorts of great things to get to this point. You've made it. Well done, well deserved. And a big part of this day is about you, but not all. The whole day is about you. There are there's a group of individuals here who I'm sure you would agree deserve your special attention. and those are the family members and the friends who have supported you from the sidelines and throughout your time at Guelph. So I'm going to suggest this is an opportunity for you, and I invite you all to stand up, turn around, and salute and applaud family and friends. Great. Thank you. That's a great photo op, by the way. So in preparing this welcome, I reflected on how this university has prepared you, our graduates, for this very moment and for the years that will follow. Let me explain. So I'm an optimist by nature. In many ways, I very much believe that we are living through what might be remembered as one of the most exciting and important periods in history. The world today is marked by unprecedented dynamism, incredible advances in the life sciences and the physical sciences, in information and communications technology, and in the sheer volume of discovery and knowledge. And through all this change, advances in the social sciences, the arts, the humanities, test our belief systems. They challenge our constructs against new and constantly evolving societal contexts. And by doing so, they offer new information that helps us adapt to these challenging realities and to these changing realities. We're also witnessing disciplines and subject matter that had been isolated coming together in fresh and exciting ways. Music and computer technology, healthcare and robotic engineering, manufacturing and agriculture. The interconnectedness of our world today makes knowledge more accessible and more abundant than ever. This is accelerating discovery and you learning faster than many of us can even keep up with. So what are the attributes of humans that will allow us to thrive in such dynamic times? Well, I believe that they include the ability as individuals and as a university for us to adapt and to readapt in a healthy way to uncertainty and change. And by adaptation, I'm not talking here simply about passive habituation. I'm referring to the act of very consciously and deliberately redefining ourselves based on what's going on around us. When faced with change, people adapt. Sometimes they adapt in healthy ways. Sometimes they adapt in not so healthy ways. The opportunity for you, our graduates, is to adapt to change in healthy ways. To undertake thoughtful analysis that will help uncover what I like to call the upside of uncertainty, and change. Why? Because this provides hope, it provides inspiration, and it's all about discovery. It's about taking uncertainty and change and turning it into something special. Today, an important part of our mission as a university has been to provide our students, you, our graduates, with an environment of broad perspectives and analysis and the opportunity for you to adapt in healthy ways to a fast-changing world. Now, in pursuit of this healthy adaptation, we must also remember to preserve, enhance what makes us so unique. Our integrity, our team and community spirit, characterize our neighbors towards common goals, and demonstrated through our volunteer work across this beautiful city and actually right around the world. How and what you choose to explore should be grounded in and guided by these timeless values that we've held on to for 150 years. Our university has worked hard to provide you with the tools to successfully adapt and navigate through the complexities and through the dynamics of modern society and to provide you with hope and with clarity. We've tried to help instill an ability to adapt and indeed, I would say beyond adaptation, to thrive within a more ambiguous and ever-changing environment. And we've built a physical environment that has supported your campus experience, a campus experience that has exposed you to meaningful learning, world-renowned breakthroughs, and personal growth. Through all this, the University of Guelph has provided you with a home away from home during a key transition in your own personal journeys, during a key period of transformation in your own development. In short, we believe that our university, your university, has provided you with a nurturing environment, an environment that has enhanced your learning and incubated new ideas by facilitating meaningful human interaction and productive collaboration. You know, the debate and discussion encouraged by university environments goes beyond technical skills and the transference of information. It's in this physical space that you've developed the analytical and the soft skills that will serve you through each and every job you might have. What you have learned here goes beyond teaching of subject matter strictly and towards the process of learning, learning to learn, adaptation, creativity. As successful graduates, you will blend new knowledge, mixing and matching ideas from separate disciplines. Your time at Guelph has provided you with the creative and the intellectual skills to apply that knowledge in innovative ways, energizing and new and different ways. So as you enter this next exciting stage of your lives, I encourage you to draw on all of your University of Guelph experiences as learners and as members of a very special, to bring the very best you have to offer to each and every experience you encounter, to your work life, to your personal relationships, and to your service to society. Thank you very much and congratulations.
Dr. Marianne Evans is a professor and past chair in the Department of Psychology. I am pleased to invite Professor Evans to now give the convocation address.
Mr. Chancellor, President Vaccarino, fellow faculty and staff, graduates, and all the guests here, one and all, both in person and here via the web. This convocation address is usually given by somebody getting an honorary doctorate or professor emeritus in recognition of the amazing accomplishments and knowledge that they have. Well, you've got me. So I thought that I would take on the persona of my famous namesake, Marianne Evans, who was a novelist, wrote several novels under the name of George Eliot. Her novel, Middlemarch, is regarded as one of the greatest novels of English ever. So I'm just kind of curious, a show of hands here. How many people have read Middlemarch? Silas Marner, Mill on the Floss, Adam Bede. It's probably a good thing she was born in 1818 and not here to see that show of hands today. And so I think probably I should be my own self and speak from my own mind. But she did say one thing that I'll quote that perhaps explains why I'm here before you today. She said, the years between 50 and 70 are the hardest because you're always being asked to do things and yet you're not decrepit enough yet to say no. When I graduated with my BA, and I'm going to let you kind of guess when that was, the Beatles, the Byrds, the Supremes, the Righteous Brothers, and the Rolling Stones topped the charts. In Northern Ireland, in Derry, on Bloody Sunday, 27 unarmed civilians during a march were shot by the British Army. This was followed in Belfast by Bloody Friday, when the Provisional Irish Republican Army exploded 22 bombs, killing 9 and injuring 130 others. Sound familiar? Elsewhere in the world, the United States was bombing North Vietnam, and Richard Nixon and Bob Haldeman were hatching a scheme to use the CIA to cover up Watergate. What happened in Canada? Well, Canadians elected Pierre Trudeau to form the government on his vision of a just society, where all Canadians would be involved in the development of a country in which equality of opportunity is ensured and individuals permitted to fulfill themselves. Across political stripes, few would disagree with this vision. We are a lucky lot to be residents and citizens here. And you've had the additional privilege of attending university and succeeding. So first, I want to add to President Vaccarino my congratulations to all of you graduates. You know, university studies are difficult, and we appreciate all that you've accomplished in greeting this day and the support of those around you. But speaking from my own mind, I also want to single out a subgroup of you. So I'm a mother of 3. I think I'm a professor with a sympathetic ear, and I'm also a registered psychologist. And I know that some of you perhaps went through some rather difficult times and are still going through them. So to those students, I want to extend my special congratulations and my admiration. So, my own mind. What is the mind? So here's the serious part of this talk. Well, Buddha described it as being full of drunken monkeys who jump and screech and endlessly talk, with fear and doubt being especially loud monkeys. And of course, psychologists and philosophers have offered various definitions of mind as well. But to my mind, and therein lies a clue, the meaning of mind is best found in the way we use the word in our everyday discourse. So we say, mind your manners, mind the teacher. Mind you, it is the case that, keep in mind that, it crossed my mind that, and mind your own business, all conveying that mind has something to do with bringing things to attention with what is in consciousness. We also speak of broadening and stretching the mind, or expanding our knowledge and viewpoints. Big challenges to these are mind-bending, and things beyond comprehension as mind-blowing. There are individuals we describe as broad-minded or liberal in their perspectives, and there are great minds, people who are visionary and eclectic in their thinking. These usages of the term mind acknowledge and reflect that it reflects beliefs and knowledge and values. We also speak of losing one's mind or falling out of touch with reality, and of the mind's eye or imagination which can move endlessly beyond reality. And then there's minding the shop, or keeping things organized and running, and being single-minded or determined. But here are the ones that I particularly like. I don't mind, meaning it's fine, you're not bothering me. I have half a mind to, meaning that wanting to do something but being held back or thinking it's perhaps not the right course of action. Give a piece of my mind. So express views when my ideals are crossed or I'm angry. Make up your mind, decide where you stand. And finally, know your own mind. That is, to be true to yourself. The mind is who we are, the ultimate encapsulation of self. I'm told that John Flavel, who's a famous cognitive developmental psychologist at Stanford University, once said something to the effect of, you know, we psychologists are funny creatures, thinking that what's interesting about the mind is in the head. This was not meant as a slur to his neuroscientists in his faculty or the ones here. Rather, what he was trying to do was to emphasize that the mind is shaped by the interactions that we have with the people, the tools, the land, the product, and the culture around us. And that we need to study these in order to understand the mind, that is, ourselves and others, and to strive for improvements to make a better plan. So what finer way to study the mind than to be a student in the College of Social and Applied Human Sciences? It's little wonder that courses in this college are among the most highly subscribed on campus. In taking them, you've studied topics such as the roots of criminal behavior, prejudice, unhealthy eating, addictions, mental illness, and aggression. You've learned about the effects of experience, parenting practices, and school curricula on children's development, about differences and similarities between cultural groups, and about the impacts of environmental, political, and climate change on societies. You've heard about, you maybe even have helped out with your professor's research on issues such as domestic violence and the response of the justice system, the political and economic determinants of what people eat, public policies regarding unemployment, elder care, and child, the nature of attitudes, literacy, and identity, and the processes of conflict resolution and world peace. And you've been warned about common cognitive mistakes, such as seeking out evidence that supports what you already believe, relying on memory and anecdote instead of fact, and resorting to stereotypes in making decisions. So now, what have you done with all the things that you've learned? When you were with your family and your friends, did you talk about it? Did you act on it in some way in your recreation or your part-time jobs or your spare time? Did you declare in doing so a part of your new mind of who you newly are each day? Will you, and how will you? I think if you don't, you're going to be like somebody at night when the power outages occurred and you're in a closet with a flashlight with the door closed, with only yourself illuminated. Henri Frédéric Amiel was a Swiss philosopher, a poet, and a critic. His ancestral family was originally Huguenot, and when the Edict of Nantes, which had granted rights to Protestant Calvinists in a predominantly Catholic France, was revoked in 1685, his ancestors, like so many since then, became political and religious refugees and had to flee their homeland. Amiel was born in Geneva and orphaned when he was 12. And after studying the philosophy of Hegel in Germany and being a part of academic circles across Europe, he was appointed professor of moral philosophy at the Academy of Geneva. Sweet, one might think, but it really wasn't. Because you see, that appointment was made by a revolutionary new ruling party. And the aristocratic society of Geneva, which comprised nearly all of its culture, viewed this new regime as a bunch of ill-bred radical upstarts. And although Amiel himself was not inclined to the party's political views, he was associated with it by them and was ostracized. And so he fell into self-doubt and loneliness. After his death in 1881, the one book by which he is still known was published. That is his private journal. It's very long. I think there's something like 9 volumes in it. You've probably never heard of him. In fact, neither had I until I looked up the origins of a phrase that I and perhaps some of you have heard in some variant. In his journal on December the 26th, 1868, Amiel wrote, "Life is short, and we never have too much time for gladdening the hearts of those whom we love. Oh, be swift to love, and make haste to be kind. The brain has no nerves. It can feel no pain, but the mind does." Disturbingly, recent research on differences between generations in several cultures, including the United States, New Zealand, and China, has shown that from generation to generation, depression and anxiety have increased, while empathetic concern for others, and that is the level of sympathy one has for other people, and perspective taking, or the ability to see a situation from another's point of view, they've both decreased. So in short, millennials have emerged as a more self-centered, narcissistic, cynical, and socially isolated generation. You know, in these addresses, people usually have a long list of admonitions that they give to the audience, and especially the graduating class. I have only one for everyone here to remember and to act on. I challenge each of you to prove these findings short-lived and banished to some dusty journal. Be kind to yourself, extend that compassion to others, and gladden hearts. Amiel also wrote, "If science does not produce love, it is insufficient." Now does my project gather to a head, my charms crack not, my spirits obey, and time goes upright with his carriage. These are the words of Prospero from The Tempest, and it means that all the plans and work behind the scenes that have been set in motion are now ready to be fulfilled on this stage. There have been no hitches. The moment has come for you graduates to receive your degrees. This February 19th, 2015 is indeed a day to celebrate. It's a special day for all of you. Thank you for the honor of giving this address, and I wish each and everyone here the very, very best.
Thank you, Professor Evans, for reminding us of the importance of kindness. I think everyone here should be accepting that challenge, and not only the members of the graduating class, but us too. So thank you. Well, now is the moment that our graduates have been waiting for. So would the graduating class please rise? Mr. Chancellor, I have the honor to present to you these scholars who have fulfilled the statutory requirements laid down by the Senate of the University of Guelph, that they may be admitted to their various and several degrees.
By virtue of the authority vested in me and in the University of Guelph, I hereby accept you for admission to your various and several degrees with all the rights, privileges, and obligations appertaining thereto.
Will members of the graduating class now please be seated?
Good afternoon, graduates and proud family and friends of the graduates. I'm sure you'll be excited, perhaps a little relieved, certainly happy to see your graduate walk across the stage and be greeted by the Chancellor. And you may want to express your emotions in some audible manner. This is fine, please go ahead. But may we ask the audience, the general audience, to hold your collective applause until the presentation of each of the degree programs, and we will provide the cue. Mr. Chancellor, I have the honor to present to you this scholar from the College of Social and Applied Human Sciences, that she may be admitted to the degree Doctor of Philosophy. Robin Tara Pittman. Lauren Quinn Snade. Helen Tongay. Please join me in congratulating our doctoral graduates. Mr. Chancellor, I have the honor to present to you these scholars from the College of Social and Applied Human Sciences, that they may be admitted to the degree Master of Arts. Megan Anderson. Danielle Nicole Bader. Grace Yules. Eugénie Laguerre Saint-Laurent. Mr. Chancellor, I have the honor to present to you these scholars from the College of Social and Applied Human Sciences, that they may be admitted to the degree Master of Science. Anneli Maria Keitler. Ivana Lung. Tristan Price. Krista Catherine Westfall. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in congratulating our magisterial graduates from the College of Social and Applied Human Science.
Mr. Chancellor, I have the honor to present to you these scholars from the College of Social and Applied Human Sciences, that they may be admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Applied Science Honours Program. Victoria Marie Ambrose with distinction. Madeline Burgess. Jessica Bertrand with distinction. Samantha Lynn Brazeau. Allison Lynn Campbell. Christy Lee Carter. Sarah Victoria Darmanin with distinction. Danielle Di Donato with distinction. Jamie Lynn Gignac with distinction. Brooke Michelle Heemstra. Elizabeth Mary Dunbar Higgins. Cheryl Lung. Iru Lee with distinction. Jordan Mann with distinction. Brittany Michelle McDonald. Samantha Kathleen Ritako. Heather Ann Ross. Tracy Jeanette Shutt. Brianna Page Thomas. Amna Tusif. Jessica Grace Vanderweer. Natalia Arias Villarreal. Mr. Chancellor, I have the honor to present to you these scholars from the College of Social and Applied Human Sciences, that they may be admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Arts Honours Program. Ashley Megan Alexiou. Tegan Lynn Anselmini. Sarah Dawn Argent. Dana M. Atkinson. Modo Perizzi Atsenua. Kevin Ball. Nolan Warren Benoit. Emily Elizabeth Marie Brunel. Andrew David Buckley. Lauren Natalie Buckley. Ellen Mary Robin Cadman. Carlson. Eli Cass with distinction. Melanie Costa. Jordan Gaetana Crawford. Allison Julia Cupido. Andrea Sear. Jesse Thomas Deere. Joanna Lauren Dobson. Brianna Driscoll with distinction. Kimberly Elliott. Joshua John Elmer. Tamara Alejandra Figueroa Perez with distinction. Carolyn Flederus with distinction. Caitlin Ann Fleming with distinction. Matthew John Carl Fleming. Justine Glazer. Emily Eileen Green. Taylor Ann McKnight Grills with distinction. Chelsea Robin Hardiman. Andrea Haywood. Callie Pamela Henselwood. Ariel Jenny Hewis. Melanie Ann Hill with distinction. Devon Hunter with distinction. Kira Elizabeth Johnson. Leslie Michelle Lake. Anne Christine Leon. Dara Page Leon. Lauren Catherine McDonald. Jamie McLean. Laurie Jean McLean. Colin Morris. Tiffany Nung Tu Nam. Marcia Stephanie Noboa. Matthew Adam Harcourt Park. Alicia Marie Michelle Quintard. Martina Marie Raskob. Julia Dorothy Saliani. Maxine Katerina Schmidt. Bikram Singh with distinction. Amy Linda Sokolich. Alicia Van Egmond. Isaac Taylor Whedon. Jonathan David Eidinger Weinbaum. Leah Mackenzie Zettel. Mr. Chancellor, I have the honor to present to you these scholars from the College of Social and Applied Human Sciences that they may be admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Arts General Program. Michelle Alexandra Almeida. Jeffrey Armstrong. Patrick Michael Bursky. Kevin Joseph Chu. Jessica Aruda Kuto. Alexandra Antonietta Croci. Tyson John Denning. Catherine Dolson. Emily Helpard. Rocky Huynh. Daniel Jazai. Michelle Benita Mary Kennedy. Tori Kilchiski. Claire Christopherson Lacroix. Jessica Laird. Joanne Lee. Mackenzie Lickers Kelly. Grass Wello Lacoli. Lorne Benjamin Maxwell. Emily McColman. Joseph New. Casey Jenna Quiggin. Madison Ray Rutherford. Katharina Saikoshi. Rebecca Steck. Jessica Janet Thibodeau. Brenda Villafuerte. Jessica Walsh. Zachary Johns Good. Mr. Chancellor, I have the honor to present to you this scholar from the College of Social and Applied Human Sciences that he may be admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Science Honours Program. Victor Keng Xiang Shiv. Okay. That's okay. Brooke Lecopoy. Rupinder Kaur Nat. Adriana Alessa Pauletti. Crystal Lee Ross. Amanda K. Sasovich. John Margaret Eliza Sador. Chantel Nicole Smits. Thomas Edward Thompson. Tammy Louise Zia. For Human Sciences, that they may be admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Science in the Environmental Sciences Honours Programme. Thomas Keogh Campbell. Brennan Lloyd Hutchison with distinction. Please join me in congratulating all of our undergraduate scholars.
Will you please join me in thanking our acting dean for conferring or for reading the masterful reading of all those names. Thank you, acting dean Beach. Mr. Chancellor, I would ask you to confer the various and several degrees on the graduates listed in the program but unable to be present at this ceremony.
By virtue of the authority vested in me and in the University of Guelph, I confer the various and several degrees in absentia on the graduates not present.
Well, graduates, this is almost over between you and the convocation ending, but it is my pleasure indeed to actually provide you with some final remarks before the ceremony concludes. But I promise to be brief. I realize that all of you want to celebrate this important event with your family and friends. But it's important to remember that today we come together to celebrate a very important transition in your life. And it's easy to think of this event as the end of a process, with all the days of studying, exams, and assignments now over. But your process of learning did not begin here at the University of Guelph, and nor will it end when you exit this room. Today is the beginning of a lifelong learning process, during which the education you received at the University of Guelph, both outside and inside the classroom, will serve you very well. We hope that we have succeeded in opening your eyes to the complexity of life and to the multitude of perspectives based on culture, upbringing, and experience. We hope that we've given you a glimpse of the world around us, of how humans interact with each other, for both good and for bad, of art and science and history, and of the importance of caring for those around us and to care for the planet we live on. Remember that the education you have received here provides you with opportunity and responsibility. On one hand, it allows you the capacity to take advantage of opportunities that may benefit your own personal goals. But on the other hand, it highlights your responsibility to play an important role in civil society, whether it be local, national, or international. So we ask you to build around you, because the world needs you to resolve the serious social issues that we're encountering. We need you to make informed decisions that can take into account the complexity of our global world. And we certainly need you to apply your knowledge and energy to address increasingly complex social issues. But of course, dealing with these issues will not be easy. Many of us often think that a single person's effort will not be able to resolve the complexity of all the world's problems. But I want you to think about this. If not you, and if not us, then who will? Your university education has provided you with critical skills to answer very complex questions. It's provided you with ways to communicate, inform, and influence. So it's now up to you to put this knowledge to good use and on the world. And as you make that mark, remember that the University of Guelph has become a small part of who you are, and that you have become a part of our collective history. Know that you're always welcome to return, to visit, to learn more, and to continue sharing in this vibrant community of learning. We are proud of your achievement, and on behalf of the entire University of Guelph, I offer you my personal congratulations and best wishes for a successful future. Congratulations. And now it's my turn to make some announcements. Because these events have announcements are necessary. This is the second of 4 ceremonies today. So this is organized chaos, in case you didn't know. So as soon as this ceremony concludes, another ceremony will soon begin. So we would like you to exit on the side doors, if possible, so that the next members of the next ceremony can actually access this event through the back door. The platform party has left the stage. Please, guests, go to the side doors. Also, following the convocation, the Dean will host a reception for all graduates and their guests at Creelman Hall. This is an opportunity to congratulate the graduates, and we hope that you can attend this event. But we also appreciate if the graduates could please collect their belongings from downstairs before going to the reception. And also, please leave your hoods here and leave your gown here. They're not gifts, sadly. We certainly wish we could give you this as a gift, but so if you could please go downstairs and return the hoods and gowns that we provided you for this ceremony. And on this, I would like to now leave the very last words to our Chancellor.
Convocation is dismissed.